one thing that I haven't shared yet about my trading style is, so I've shared a little bit about how ideally I like early entries. Clearly my initial buy here, I got away with a big extension. And I like to hold for as long as I can. I like being patient. I'm patient until I'm not. Love using sell signals on the weekly chart. Major violations of the 10-week line. But again, in this case, I was even more patient than that and trading around it a little bit. And I was up on the position. And I think that's the difference. I think if you are up on something, you can be more patient with it. I'm not patient with something if I'm down 8, 10, 12. I don't do that. But
I can wait till the 10-week moving average line is like, no, that's it seems too far away when you're not up on it.
right. Yeah. So you got to be up on it, and then you have the right to be a little bit more patient. But the other part of my personality is, and it's just a fact of life, I guess, is I joked to you previously that I'm a lazy millennial. I'm a busy, lazy millennial. I want to do what's easy. I don't want to keep this whole separate spreadsheet with all sorts of calculations. And that's just, I don't have I'm running a team. I'm focused on being a journalist, and trading is still kind of on the side. That's not my primary gig. I'm just kind of doing it on the side. So I trade on my phone. I look at Thinkorswim on my desktop and Market Surge on my desktop, but I trade solely on my phone. And so Jess and I will be on, and hey, this conversation is all about being honest too, right? I just kept adding. I wasn't really thinking about the size. And so I kind of got over my skis a little bit with this one. So your original question was performance, right? So there's sort of how I really got into Nvidia, and then traded around that next base a little bit in that April timeframe, but still was in it. Obviously, in hindsight, I should have sold on that downside reversal off highs in volume, but I didn't, because my rule was hold for a major violation of the 10-week. Also look for that second week action below the 10-week or back above it if you can, which is so what happened in that base in the April timeframe. It spent 1 week below the 10-week. It was a pretty bad break, but it snapped right back. So I said, okay. And then by this point, Justin, I mean, if my initial buy back in May of 2023 was around, the split adjusted 379 or whatnot, and adds along the way up till around 500 or whatever, then by that point it was getting over 1,000. So I had a pretty large gain at that point, and in some really big size on margin in a margin account. And so when it came to that test of the 10-week the next time around, which was over the summer, in July, August, that pullback the dollars got a little scary for me.
And that's one of the things about Thinkorswim, right? It doesn't just show it to you in percentage terms, it shows it to you in dollar terms, and it's hard to get that out of your mind sometimes.
So that's, it's like, I'm going to, hold Nvidia for this huge move. I have more than a double on it. So I'm just going to be patient. And then it had 3 really bad weeks. And I think maybe I sold my final piece of it that reversal week, but I think and so it hurt me. But again, it was the drawdown, like from that peak on that reversal week to where I ended up selling it. I mean, that was quite a bit off the top of my profits, right?
Yeah. So 36% was at its low. And that's a healthy chunk of change.
Yeah.
Still, based on all your buys, starting here and adding in here, adding a little bit, you were probably still, well up on your initial position, most of your ads, but and then it's still a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. And I didn't hedge. And again, like it in hindsight, it found support at the top of that prior base. But I'm no Kathy Donnelly. You know, she's the Zen master, and I couldn't. So this goes back to what I said of where I'm patient until I'm not. And so as much as it hurt, the stock could have peaked, and honestly, it hasn't. Yeah, it has come back, but it hasn't really crossed that July high yet. So I got shaken all the way out of it.
Yeah.
So that was really sad for me. But I tried it again when it retook the 50-day, got shaken out. Then I tried it a couple more times, and now I have a toehold in it again, and I'm trying to be patient with it. But my patience is being tested here. But
Right.
anyway, so this was a huge position for me, dollar wise, that contributed to my 2024 performance. I would say if you're counting from the November follow through day to July of 2024, so November 2023 to July 2024, my portfolio was up probably 140%.